In the dream, they took me to the light. A beautiful lie.
So Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice went through a lot. After Man of Steel, Warner Bros. Wasn't vibing with the tone, so they started messing with Zack Snyder's plans. Instead of a direct Man of Steel sequel, Snyder had to bring in Batman for round 2. Then, when the movie hit theaters, they chopped off vital stuff for a shorter runtime. It wasn't Snyder's call, they just wanted more screenings and cash. The Blu-ray Ultimate Edition later dropped, putting back those missing pieces and showing what could have been. It's like a tug of war between creative vision and studio goals. I loved Ben Affleck as Batman in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, but I knew that the fact that he kills people in the movie would be controversial among fans. Hey, you guys, caught up with director Zack Snyder and asked for him to explain his reasoning behind allowing Batman to kill. Check out what he had to say. I tried to do it in a technical way. There's a great YouTube video that shows all the kills in the Christopher Nolan movies, even though we would perceive them as movies where he doesn't kill anyone. I think there's 42 potential kills that Batman does. Also, it goes back and includes even the Tim Burton Batman movies, where this reputation as a guy that doesn't kill comes from. So I tried to do it by proxy. Shoot the car they're in, the car blows up, or the grenade would go off in the guy's hand, or when he shoots the tank and the guy pretty much lights the tank himself. I perceive it as him not killing directly, but if the bad guys are associated with a thing that happens to blow up, he would say that that's not really my problem. A little more like manslaughter than murder, although I would say that in the Frank Miller comic book that I reference, he kills all the time. There's a scene from the graphic novel where he busts through a wall, takes the guy's machine gun. I took that little vignette from a scene in The Dark Knight Returns, and at the end of that, he shoots the guy right between the eyes with the machine gun. One shot. Of course, I went to the gas tank, and all of the guys I work with were like, "You've got to shoot him in the head," because they're all comic book dorks. And I was like, I'm not going to be the guy that does that. And we already know what other people think of that.
We look at Spider-Man and we accept the fact that he doesn't kill people because he's a cute, fun guy and he's nice, and if he killed people, it would make us sad. But Batman is an old, grumpy guy, so people just assume he's supposed to murder people. If you ask me, this mentality is pretty dumb, and Zack Snyder is one of the people who thinks this way. So his Batman sucks shit and we haven't even fucking started the movie. Alright, I'm gonna be here all day, I guess.
He told me to meet him in an empty warehouse, and he told me to make sure I got a few reps in at the gym before I showed up. I went to the warehouse, but I skipped the gym. I would soon regret not getting that pump, because as you are about to see, my interview went south real fast.
Hey, big fan. So I know things must be rough recently, you know, with everything going on in your life. They took your movie away from you, and I'm sure the original cut was great. I'm sure it was just a phenomenal motion picture. But you know, life sucks sometimes. So I came here to ask you one question. Why the fuck does Batman kill in your movie?
Technical way, right? There's a great YouTube video that shows all the kills in the Christopher Nolan movies, even though like we would perceive them as movies where he doesn't kill anyone. I think there's like 42.
Are you talking about the Mr. Sunday Movies YouTube video? Is that what you based Batman killing off of in your film?
You know, one shot.
In the Nolan movies, the Bruce Wayne is all about not killing people. He has the moment where he tries to kill Joe Chill and he throws the gun in the river because his father would be ashamed of him. Did you see those movies? The Dark Knight, Joker tries to get Batman to break his rule. Hit me. Zach, have you seen these billion-dollar commercial and critical successes that basically got you to be able to make Man of Steel? Have you seen them?
It's pretty clear a lot of people are confused about why Batman kills, and apart from a couple of people, I don't know too many people that understand why he kills, except one.
Later on, Batman brands a criminal and Alfred says,
"New rules."
And Bruce replies,
We're criminals, Alfred. We've always been criminals. Nothing's changed.
Oh, yes it has, sir.
it's acknowledging how much more extreme Batman has gotten when it comes to fighting criminals. When Alfred says,
That's how it starts, sir. The fever. The rage, the feeling of powerlessness that turns good men cruel.
He's talking about Bruce and how he's changing.
Shout out to Text. He's an amazing creator. Please go follow him. Before we continue, it's interesting how Alex defends the Dark Knight trilogy for not killing when, in fact, there are instances of killing in the films.
You finally learn to do what is necessary. I won't kill you. But I don't have to save you.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm not going to hate on Batman Begins because I actually really love that film, but that's still killing. But moving on to
the greatest gladiator match in the history of the world. God versus man. Day versus night. Son of Krypton versus Bat of Gotham.
The beginning of the film, after the funeral, Bruce runs away, falling into the cave of bats, which end up saving him, lifting him up to the light. This serves as a metaphor for becoming Batman, as it saved him. Then he says,
In the dream, they took me to the light. A beautiful lie.
In this scene, Bruce acknowledges his faults and the extent to which he's fallen from grace, illustrating Snyder's perspective on Batman's moral journey. The Martha scene with Superman is divisive but crucial, as it triggers Batman's realization of the darkness he's embracing. Batman believes that power corrupts, especially in Superman's case, with absolute power potentially leading to absolute corruption. Despite Superman's current benevolence, Batman fears the unpredictable nature of an alien with godlike abilities. The "can you bleed" question reflects Batman's doubts about Superman's humanity. Determined to prevent a potential threat, Batman confronts Superman using all available tools, striving to halt a perceived danger before it unfolds.
You were never a god. You were never even a man. You're letting him kill Martha. What does that mean? Why did you say that name? Find him! Save Martha! Why did you say that name? Martha, why did you say that name?
Stop! Please, stop!
Why did you say that name?
It's his mother's name! It's his mother's name.
Suddenly, things start to look a little different. This alien, this unbleeding god, has a mother. He was fighting to save her, and by some cosmic coincidence, she has the same name as his own mother. It's not enough to make Bruce suddenly become friends with Clark, but at the very least, it's enough for him to not kill him. For now. So, Batman v Superman gets props for shaking things up with Batman and Superman, right? They're not your typical superheroes here. Batman isn't all black and white, standing for justice and nothing else. He's this messed up, complicated guy dealing with fear and distrust, especially when it comes to Superman and his crazy powers. And Superman, he's not just the squeaky clean hero we usually see. This movie shows him dealing with doubts and struggling under the weight of his own power. It's like they're real people, not just comic book characters. What really caught my eye is how the movie takes these iconic figures and flips them around. Batman's not this untouchable hero. He's got issues. Superman isn't all invincible. He's got his own share of problems. It's like a fresh take that makes you see them in a more human way. Okay, not everyone was on board with it, but you've got to appreciate the guts it took to go against the norm. Batman v Superman takes these legendary characters and makes them relatable, like they're just regular people dealing with some heavy stuff. It's a bold move in the superhero game, and that's why it deserves some respect. While many didn't initially enjoy Batman v Superman, I personally appreciate it for various compelling reasons. It's unfortunate that the film faced criticism during its release, possibly due to the audience's familiarity with the MCU formula. However, it's uplifting to witness a significant number of people changing their minds and growing to respect the film over time. This shift in perception reflects a broader understanding of Snyder's narrative intentions and adds a layer of satisfaction for those who appreciate the film.